Filipino kasi very highly emotional, no? So kapag yung gusto nila hindi nakuha, ang initial reaction natin ay scam yan. Filipinos, may hirap or mayaman, ang lagi nilang sinasabi, sayang yung pera nila sa insurance. Kasi mali ang mindset, mali yung thinking nila. Insurance gives you the convenience of cash and protects your money that you have created for you to enjoy and give to the next generations to come. Lahat tayo, ang pag-iisip natin is, paano yumaman, paano kumita, paano magkaroon ng millions, ng billions of pesos. But we don't think about paano ko make sure na whatever happens, lahat ng kine-create kong pera, hindi siya mababawasan. Doon papasok yung insurance.
Ginelle Sequitin is a licensed financial advisor and a leading voice in financial literacy in the Philippines. In the same way Roger Mayweather trained Floyd or Del Curry trained Steph, Ginelle's remarkably experienced parents raised her to carry the values and principles that the top 1% of insurance managers in the Philippines embody. She now sits as a proud member of the $1 Million Roundtable of Sun Life and has blown up on every major social media platform, specifically by talking about money to the middle class, thereby helping countless Filipinos secure their financial futures. Now, as a host on PGMN, she continues her mission to bridge the wealth gap and inspire Filipinos to build lasting legacies.
Before we begin, we noticed that around 98% of all our viewers aren't subscribed to our channel. We're trying to get that number to about 75%. So we're a new channel and we guarantee you that we're in this for the long term. It would be a huge help to us if you click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. As the bigger we grow, the more we'll be able to keep giving you high quality content from some of the best and strongest people in the most fascinating fields. Thank you and we're deeply grateful. Bakit allergic ang mga Pinoy, mahirap or mayaman sa insurance? Did you know that avoiding insurance isn't just a problem for struggling Filipinos? Even the wealthiest among us often resist it. Alam nyo ba na sa Pilipinas, ang insurance penetration natin ay only below 2%, unlike sa Singapore na halos lahat or 98% of them are insured, mahirap or mayaman. But why does this happen in a country where financial resilience is crucial? Today, we'll dive into the cultural, financial, and psychological reasons why Filipinos, rich or poor, steer clear of insurance, which you can see clearly when it comes to the quality of life that Singaporeans have compared to Filipinos. Although yes, Singaporeans, they're very, we could say na workaholics sila. I have friends from Singapore who would always say na highly stressful ang workplace sa Singapore. But still, isn't it the same for us Filipinos because of our financial challenges or struggles? More importantly, we'll uncover how this impacts families and our nation's fight against poverty. Now, when it comes to rich people or wealthy people, dito papasok yung generational wealth na hindi nagtatagal. Because Filipinos, may hirap or mayaman, ang lagi nilang sinasabi, sayang yung pera nila sa insurance kasi mali ang mindset, mali yung thinking nila. And it saddens me because, number one, it's not being taught in school. In Singapore or other neighboring countries, it's part of the education system. That's why they are mostly financially literate. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Alam nila yung basic financial concept. At parte ng basic financial concept, yung protektahin yung pera mo para matigil na yung financial struggles mo. By the end, you'll see that insurance isn't just a policy, it's a transformative tool for families and the economy. Here's a sad fact. Only 1.75% of the Philippines' GDP comes from insurance premiums. This is in sharp contrast compared to Malaysia and Singapore, where insurance penetration rates are far higher. Singapore has one of the highest globally at approximately 7% of GDP, attributed to its high income levels and strong financial literacy. Insurance in the Philippines remains undervalued, misunderstood, and avoided by all income groups. But why does this happen and what's the cost to society? Now, for example, kung ikaw ay mahirap at ikaw nagkaroon ng financial struggle, ang common sasabihin ng Pilipino ay hindi namin kaya kasi wala kaming pera ngayon. Or hirap kami ngayon ngayon mag-budget kasi marami kaming gastusin. Isipin mo mabuti, ngayon na buhay ka pa at may trabaho ka, sinasabi mo na yan, what more if you're taken out of the picture or what more if may sudden expenses? Ano na? Paano na? Pag ikaw ay mayaman, lagi mo sasabihin, mas malaki yung kikitain ko sa negosyo, sayang pera yan. Or pag namatay ako, dun lang naman sila makikinabang eh. But in reality, isipin mong mabuti. Can your business run well and still be profitable if you're taken out of the picture? Let's say nagbakasyon ka lang for 1 week or 2 weeks. If you say yes, then good. But what if for 1 year or 2 years, can you still say confidently na yung business mo magiging profitable at kikita siya even higher kahit wala ka kasi nagbabakasyon ka? If your answer is no, then what more if you're not capable because health-wise you're not okay or something problem or big problem come up, paano ka? Anong gagawin mo? Dun papasok yung insurance. Because if there will be sudden emergencies when it comes to your businesses, you can use it as an income replacement. By the way, hindi nyo kailangan mamatay para magamit yung insurance. Ito yung pinaka-biggest misconception eh. Ito yung hindi nyo kailangan mamatay. Yun yung dati. Dati naman talaga yun. Pero ngayon, ang insurance, ma-enjoy mo na siya. Insurance gives you the convenience of cash without taxes and immediate money right away. Unlike your money from other investment forms which you have to withdraw, which you have to wait, which you have to pay for some charges, and protects your money that you have created for you to enjoy and give to the next generations to come. Now, for poor and rich people, iisa lang yung lagi na lang sinasabi. Sayang yung pera, meron kaming gastusin para sa mga may hirap. Sayang yung pera, ipangnenegosyo ko na lang. Or pwede din, ang common sinasabi nila is, kailangan ko pang mamatay para magamit yan. Doon mo makikita yung pagiging financially illiterate natin. Why Filipinos resist insurance? Number 1, for the economically struggling Filipinos, there's limited financial literacy with only 25% of Filipinos understand basic financial concepts, compared to 59% in Singapore. This gap leads to myths like insurance is only for the rich or it's a scam. But what's overlooked is that insurance protects against financial ruin. For instance, a single illness can plunge a family into debt. Without insurance, every crisis becomes catastrophic. Economic constraints for those living paycheck to paycheck, insurance feels like a luxury. When forced to choose between food today and future protection, a typical family chooses food. Yet this mindset creates a dangerous cycle. No insurance means families remain vulnerable, which leads to debt and eventually greater poverty. Because if you will really study about the real financial concepts, there are 5 stages of money. Ano yon? Number 1, pagmamanage ng money, pagtatago ng pera, pag-iipon ng pera, paglago ng pera, at pagprotect ng pera. Yung protection of money, it's the biggest money issue that every Filipino have. So, ano ba yung point ko dito? Ang point ko dito is, it is our patriotic duty to be financially well in our own country. By not securing your finances shows that you lack financial preparedness. Tayo ngayon, lahat ng Pilipino ngayon, because of social media, lahat tayo, ang pag-iisip natin is, paano yumaman, paano kumita, paano magkaroon ng negosyo, paano magkaroon ng millions, ng billions of pesos. But we don't think about, paano ko mamimake sure na whatever happens, lahat ng kinecreate kong pera, hindi siya mababawasan. Doon papasok yung risk management. Financial risk management is crucial to sustain and maintain the wealth that we are creating right now. Ano ba yung main reason bakit tayo nagsisik ng financial wellness? Ano yung totoong reason bakit gusto nating yumaman? We want financial freedom. We want time freedom. So how come we're just thinking about creating money but not protecting it? Number 2, for the wealthy, the illusion of self-sufficiency. Wealthy Filipinos often think, I can afford emergencies. But resources are finite. One medical crisis or lawsuit could cost millions, money that could have been preserved through affordable insurance policies. Next is the mistrust in the system. Past stories of failed claims and past closed companies linger. Note that these companies were local and Filipino-owned. Global insurance companies have always been present and stable. Stricter regulations and improved modern policies now offer better protections. Yet, skepticism persists, rooted in outdated fears. For some, luxury cars and properties matter more than financial safety nets. Insurance doesn't offer the same bragging rights, making it a low priority even among the affluent. Walang tiwala ang mga Pilipino sa insurance. Why? Number one, merong mga failed claims. Therefore, ang Pilipino kasi very highly emotional, no? So, kapag yung gusto nila hindi nakuha, ang initial reaction natin ay scam yan. Bakit yun yung ating mindset? Because we didn't really understood the terms and conditions when we were getting insurance. Kasi nga, ang utak natin, bibigyan ako ng pera nito without understanding the terms and conditions and regulations. Although, there are stories who have failed claims, and if you're going to study it and look for it, there's actually laws or reason why it didn't happen. Number one, it's either merong misconcealment na nangyari during the application. The insured o yung nag-apply, hindi pala siya honest or transparent. Meron palang pre-existing condition. Ibig sabihin, may sakit na pala nung kumuha siya. Or, pwede, there were instances decades ago, meron na pala siyang death threats. Kaya siya kumuha ng insurance. Pero para gawin natin siyang mas madali, sa insurance, meron tinatawag na contestability period. So, contestability period, kapag kumuha ka ng insurance, you have 2 years na under probationary ka. Ibig sabihin, kapag nagkaroon ka ng claims within 2 years, the insurance company has the right to seek further investigation at kapag may nakita dyang misconcealment or fraud, madedecline ang claim mo. Also, kapag late ka nagbabayad at naglalapse yung policy mo, nagre-restart yung 2 years contestability period. That's why, kapag nagkaroon na ng claims at hindi na sila makakuha because it's still part of the contestability period, nagagalit na sila. Now, why is getting insured expensive? Number one, we have a smaller risk pool. Low participation rates mean fewer people share the risk pool, driving premiums higher. Countries with widespread adoption enjoy lower costs because the risk is spread across a larger base. Next is we're prone to natural disasters. The Philippines is high-risk country due to frequent typhoons, earthquakes, and floods. Insurers account for this risk, leading to higher premiums. Unlike Singapore, where insurance is cheaper, they're in a low seismic hazard region, so they're spared from natural disasters such as earthquakes, typhoons, and volcanic eruptions. Next is we have high taxes and administrative costs. The Philippines imposes some of the highest insurance-related taxes in ASEAN. For example, insurers in the Philippines pay a corporate tax rate of 30% compared to 17% in Singapore. There's a 2% tax on all gross premiums, which adds to costs. Neighboring countries like Singapore and Cambodia do not impose this tax. Policies over 100,000 pesos incur additional taxes which Singapore does not impose. These factors drive up operational costs, making insurance more expensive for Filipinos. The real cost of avoiding insurance. For struggling families without insurance, emergencies like hospitalization or accidents devastate families financially. Often, they take a highest interest loans or sell assets, making it harder to escape poverty. For wealthy families, even the rich are vulnerable. Without insurance, they deplete investments or liquidate properties during crisis. This weakens long-term financial security and risks eroding wealth meant for future generations. These behaviors shorten the generational and intergenerational wealth of every Filipino, rich or poor. Breaking the cycle. Understanding generational wealth and intergenerational wealth. The generational wealth's role is a family passes on a business to their children. This wealth gives the children a head start in life, potentially funding their education or new ventures. However, if they lack financial knowledge or a sense of responsibility, they might mismanage the finances. Then there's intergenerational wealth's role. The same family, with a long-term plan, teaches teaches their children financial literacy, instills a legacy mindset, and sets up structures like trusts or foundations. It encompasses not only the assets but also the values, knowledge, and habits that enable multiple future generations to sustain, grow, and pass on the wealth. Conclusion: a vision for change. Filipinos' resistance to insurance is not just a personal financial issue. It's a cultural, educational, and national concern. Imagine a Philippines where insurance isn't the exception but the norm. A country where families are resilient, unexpected crises don't spiral into lifelong poverty, and wealth is protected and preserved across generations. But it doesn't stop there. When we embrace insurance and financial planning as tools for security and growth, we contribute to a stronger, more robust economy. A financially stable population creates a ripple effect, reduced dependency on government resources, increased investments in local industries, and a more empowered workforce ready to take on global opportunities. This is not just about personal success. It's about national pride and responsibility. By building and preserving wealth for the next generations, we fulfill a patriotic duty to uplift not just our families but our country. We contribute to a Philippines where financial security and resilience are no longer dreams but realities. So whether you're just starting your financial journey or already enjoying success, ask yourself, am I truly prepared to protect and grow what I've worked hard for? Don't let misconceptions hold you back. Insurance isn't just a safety net, it's a tool to honor your hard work, protect your legacy, and build a better Philippines for the generations to come. This is your Wealth and Abundance Advocate, Ginelle Sequitin for PGMN.